Thank you, Joe. Russia's war on Ukraine now in its sixth day, with a miles-long convoy of Russian tanks and armored vehicles getting closer to the Ukrainian capital. Russia on Tuesday stepped up shelling of Kharkiv, Ukraine's second largest city, hitting civilian targets there. Casualties mounted. Reports emerged that more than 70 Ukrainian soldiers were killed after Russian artillery hit a military base in Oytikra, a city between Kharkiv and Kyiv, the capital. Kyiv is outgunned, but determined troops have slowed Russia's advance, held on to Kyiv for now and other key cities. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, who had earlier cut diplomatic ties with Moscow and declared martial law, and whose defiance has drawn much admiration from the West, has asked NATO to impose a complete no-fly zone over Ukraine for Russian airplanes, helicopters, and missiles. Russian forces, by the way, have been accused of using the widely banned and dangerous weapons known as vacuum bombs that obliterate their victims. Amnesty International accused Russia of using the bombs or thermobaric weapons to attack a preschool in northeastern Ukraine. Well,
my God.
Well, civilians took shelter inside. Oksana Markarova, Ukraine's ambassador to the U.S., told reporters after meeting with members of the U.S. Congress that Russia had indeed used that type of weapon. It's fired or dropped, and the first explosive charge spreads the fuel in a cloud that sucks up all the oxygen, then flows around objects and into structures. As the fuel cloud spreads, the second charge detonates. The explosion creates a blast wave that's most destructive if you are in an enclosed space, a building, or a foxhole.
You know what I haven't seen or heard, maybe if I have and I've forgotten, what does Putin stand to gain by all of this? Is there some natural resources?
Ego.
No. The
finance, money?
The reconstruction of
that's it.
Of about a 19th century vision of an imperialistic society.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
The most disturbing thing you talked about that bomb, Johnny. The most disturbing thing I find is that someone sitting in a room somewhere thought up a bomb that could do that kind of sick damage.
Plus, it's against the law to use that bomb. It's against the conventions of war to use that bomb.
Yep.
Okay,
Chris.
why?
Why?
Well,
what?
who came up with the rules? This isn't an NFL game. This is, people killing each other.
There's rules out there, but Putin's not going to follow.
Rules of engagement.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I can only kill you certain ways.
You can kill a school full of preschool kids this way, but that way it is.
So that means if we ever get our hands on this greasy SOB, we can war crimes figure in, right?
Yes.
Right, right. And that's after World War II, the Nazis, that's what Nuremberg was all about. Because conventions of war had been violated. They were tried. Most of them were hung.
A trial's too good for this person. He needs to go away.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Mussolini or Ceausescu hang from a pole in the public square for a while, allow the citizens to flog their dead body.
One story that just came out this morning, Russian Marines mutinying on board warships and refusing to attack a Ukrainian port. Fleet was poised to begin a beach assault on the strategic gateway of Odessa, but the troops are said to have defied orders and steamed back to Russia instead. Ukrainian media claims a riot broke out on the warships. At the same time, a number of Russian helicopters and drones were flying over Luzanavika Beach, preparing for landing. That beach just north of Odessa was defended with mines and anti-tank hedgehogs. Just before an all-out amphibious assault was due, the Russians radioed Ukrainian defenders to say the attack was off. Now, we don't know. Hopefully those stories are true, but... yes.
Are you looking up a map of Ukraine?
No, actually I am. So Odessa is on the Black Sea. Oh, so that's not a long trip home.
No.
And it looks like there's some straits they go through to get there.
I was looking up the book I read. What's the spy novel I read with Odessa in the title?
It's either Ludlum or Kesey.
I think so.
Not Kesey.
Not Kesey.
Follett, isn't it? It's one of those two.
Yeah. And I lost my ability to go to the internet, Chris. I don't know what happened.
Boy, that's a shame.
Yeah.
You're going to need it.
One crazy. I got to look it up, Joe.
One grandfather and one grandmother came from Odessa, Russia, in the Haidt family of North Dakota. So,
Really?
yeah, they both migrated in 1913, 14, 15, right in that area.